choices and rights. You have them. Use your God-given constitutional rights when you're traveling in airport. I was recently traveling, and when I do, I always use the words opt out. I do not want to go through full body scanners for multiple reasons. One, they're stealing your biometric data. Two, there is a radiation exposure depending on the scanner that you're using. And three, we don't really have long-term safety tests or science showing that these scanners are on the up and up. What alarmed me the most about going through the airports is how everybody just does whatever's put in front of them. And they don't question it, or they don't go, nah, I don't really want to do that today. They just go right ahead and let their biometrics be stolen. Anytime I travel, I say, opt out, please, and I go get the pat down. And what's interesting is so few are actually doing this now that the last time we traveled, we had to wait 15 minutes for someone to come and actually do a pat down, and the guy forgot how to do it for my partner. To wait a few minutes is not being inconvenienced. What's inconvenient is having all your data stolen and a surveillance state being pushed upon the people. Looks pretty innocent, right? Yeah, not so much. All the attendants are, why? Why don't you want to? Well, I usually say I have health issues, or I'll cite something like, oh, there's major data breaches that happen all the time, and I don't really trust your system. But thanks, I'll wait for the pat down. When you go through customs, these machines are presented to you now. We had a nice lady just saying, go to a machine. There's one over there. Just go do it. And all the sheeple just walk up to go, okay, and let their pictures be taken. Meanwhile, you have a face here and you have your passport, and that should be enough for security. But no, they want more. They want retinal scans, fingerprints, and they're taking your biometrics of your face, not just a photo to ensure that you're the correct person. All this information goes into a great database, and we don't even know what they're doing with that information. Are they putting it through AI systems? Are they going to move it forward so that when the surveillance state happens and you've got your social credit system in place, that they can continue to track and trace your every move, your every purchase, and goodbye freedom? We have a chance now to stop this if we just keep saying no. Just don't comply. Make it difficult for them to try to steal away our last remaining rights. So when you go through customs, just say, sorry, I'd like to see an agent, please. And if they give you a hard time, just continue to repeat yourself until they send you down the line and you go and see an agent, which will basically ask you, do you have tobacco, firearms, money over $10,000? The same banal questions that they always ask, and just get out of the airport. You don't need to do this. Say no. Now they're doing this thing where they take a picture of you before you get on the plane, or they take a picture of you when you're leaving the country, and they're trying to match the picture up to ensure that you're the right person. Well, if my passport isn't good enough, what the heck is going on here? This is not something you have to agree to. And in fact, when we were in the line and they were going to take a picture to get on the plane coming back from the United States to Canada, there was a woman right in front of us saying, why do I have to do this? I don't understand. And then the attendant was saying, well, we're just trying to match pictures from the one that you gave us, when you first left the country, to make sure it's really you. And she stood there for a second, and then she just went ahead and complied. And I just said, oh, she was so close. All she had to do was say, no, thanks, opting out. And they would have just taken her passport, scanned it like they normally do, and she would have gotten on the plane, because that's exactly what we did right after her with no problems. In fact, the second attendant was like, why didn't they take their picture? What the hell's going on, right? Because that's how few people are saying no, which is alarming. And the other attendant whispered to her and said, oh, it's because they opted out. And she's like, oh, that's a thing? Yeah, it's a thing. These scanners are used constantly all day long, and if one of these jammed in any one of the diodes, that means you could get a way higher dose of radiation in that one shot, and they wouldn't know, and you wouldn't know, and the studies have not shown safety long term. If you need a case to stand on, just say that. They cannot refuse you, but what's most important now is that we stop lining up and just doing all the things they put before us. Everybody just says, oh, we have to. Like, I went to the doctor and they say, I have to get a surgery. I have to get a shot. No, you don't. No, not at all. You don't. You can say no unless you're a slave. Now, are you a slave or not? Then you ask that question. Do I have rights or not? Because if I have rights, I can opt out and I can say no. So please, the more of us that do this, the harder it will be for them to usher in their 15-minute city social credit system, AI tracking system networks that they want in all smart cities. And they're trying to make this normal for you, that this is just all for your convenience and security and safety, when it's not. That's a big fat lie. So stand up for yourself. Don't be afraid of someone in a little creepy uniform. They have no actual authority over you. And the more that we comply, the greater danger we are in. And I was just sickened and shocked at how many people were just lining up for it without question and just doing the thing that they placed right in before them. Like, what the hell with where did your brain go? Where did the thinking go? Stop drinking the fluoride and stand up for yourself before it's too late. Opt out and say no. Don't make it easy for them to steal your data, to track and trace you. Don't just hand it over to them. Just stand up for yourself. Please, I beg you. Just try it the next time you travel. It's really simple. There's nothing to be scared about. Even if they try to intimidate you, it's all smoke and mirrors. You're the one in charge. It's your face. It's your biometrics. It's your data. And you are the only one who can keep that safe and secure, because history has shown they sure don't.